La da da da, na da da da, la da 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 da. Right, okay, so there's a lot to talk about today. So we're still early within the new Helldivers 2 update, so this video might age poorly, or it might age like fine wine. But it seems that the current update is doing absolute gangbusters. I've personally looked at the unfiltered Helldivers 2 subreddit, which, if you know, was created to air out many of the frustrations people had with the game. It looks like it's being greeted, however, with a mostly positive yet skeptical outlook.
Yes! Hell yeah! Hey, come on, baby! Come on! Yes! Come on!
I'd like to preface this before I start. I don't consider myself a glaze diver, and I don't consider myself a cry diver. I don't think most people would, but let me explain. I believe that these terms are polarizing the community, leading it into such a state where a few months ago we had a fellow Helldiver get doxxed for trying to do a good faith charity event. I like to think myself as a Helldiver that absolutely loves the game, and I wish the best for it. I can see arguments on both sides that carry weight, and I can also see arguments that just make no sense whatsoever. I admit the game has had major ups and a lot of major downs as of recently, but I love the core gameplay all the same. With that out of the way, it's time to talk about the new update and what it brings to the table. First and foremost, the most important addition of this update is the campaigns, which aim to rework the major orders to feel more community driven and more rewarding, even if we fail an MO. So if you log on to your new ship terminal, which is opposite the armory, which we finally have access to, thank fuck for that, you'll be able to see that we currently have an ongoing campaign. This is for the Illuminate. We have many hordes pouring out of the void. Now, if you were to look at each of the tabs, you can see that this campaign has many stages of MO. I'm guessing 3 to 4 looking at the progress bar. Now, I think for completing an MO, we will get medals. If we fail that current stage, then I don't think we will get the medals, but that's the same. What's changed is the one below it. There's a stratagem reward, and it says above it, if most of the MOs are completed, then we get the reward. So it doesn't just hinge on arbitrary time or a quick change the developers make. We actually have time to win multiple MOs, which the community can do and probably will do, and it gives the developers a bit of time to adjust MOs without just completely resetting them on the fly. Now, the rewards for the MOs are not one, but 2 new FRVs. Now, the way it works is we get a choice. Again, finally, that's what a lot of people loved. The choice is between a fire FRV and a supply FRV. I personally, and what seems to be the community's take, is that the supply FRV is fucking brilliant. Most people are going for it. It is a great utility, has a sentry on the top and supplies in the back. All your mates can just pile in. A way to get around the map quickly. You can use it as cover, as a resupply. There's so many ways to utilize this vehicle. It's just a great supply utility all round. As for the Flame FRV, again, it's got the mobility, it's got the fire on it, but it also has the addition of when it dies, it just fucking explodes into a giant fireball and just spreads napalm everywhere, which you could probably pair with, I don't know, like a C4 or a Hell Bomb. So there's utility in that too. Choosing which planet we do first is which FRV we get access to. However, down the line, like always, we will get access to the Flame FRV. So next up is we have major changes to the orbitals. They're making them much more effective against Super Earth's enemies. So 380s and 120s, their explosive damage is now been buffed. The orbital cannon has been buffed. The orbital precision strike again has been buffed to make both their projectile and the explosions much more virile. I've personally noticed this on the Illuminate front with harvesters, for example, famously weirdly tanky enemy, now dying in barrages a lot more consistently, making them just more fun to use. Again, it feels like how they did pre everything. So adding to the improved orbitals, we have turret buffs, making them better than ever. The health has been buffed to the highest it's ever been, meaning they're no longer made of paper. And as a Helldiver who always brings at least one turret, this is amazing. I can tell this change has worked because my turrets are, for the first time in a while, consistently running out of ammo before they're being blown up. This actually makes them again what they're meant to be, making them an actually decent defensive stratagem and not something that you just chuck out for a little bit to pull aggro, which is something I just started using them for. So moving on to the Bastion tank. The Bastion tank should feel tankier and ignore small attacks, withstand more medium attacks, and its survivability against heavy attacks should be unchanged. So that means little claws or small arms fire should not be able to damage the Bastion tank. Voteless can't damage it, it should just bounce right off. So it actually functions like a tank. Medium pen weapons of course won't do as much damage, they'll still do some damage, but hopefully this means the tank won't feel like it's made out of paper mache, which it has done for the past, well, since it was released. Exosuits now have a similar change, meaning they're more tanky, with the main chassis being heavy armor and the legs being medium armor. Smaller stuff shouldn't be able to hurt it as much, which makes them again more tanky. The FRV has also received these buffs, and the ballistic shield should feel like it can ignore small attacks and handle medium attacks better. I believe they also said that the ballistic shield is now tankier than the heavy Devastator ballistic shield. So let's drop on the bot front and see how they fucking like it. Again, all of these are better, they're breathing some new life into the vehicles, and they're actually giving us some for free this time, rather than locking exosuits behind a paid war bond, which I understand was a big controversy at the time. We also have reloading improvements, which these are actually great, and I can't believe I forgot to put this in my notes. So there's improvements to reloading, and they're making it more responsive. Basically, while you're diving you can reload, and it also remembers your input if you were to reload and then get a stun out of it. So dodging while reloading, which is great, and you know, reloading straight after you've been stunned, also great. It should make the game feel a much more dynamic, a lot less frustrating, and also reloading while diving is just fucking sick. They've also reworked grenades in this patch as well. So for example, the Giga Grenade, that is a hard thing to say. When you would refill it, you'd only get one back. Now they've changed it so you get two back, so it's a lot less annoying to refill, a lot less resupply hungry. As for the dynamite, they've increased the max amount from 3 to 4. The Seeker has been increased from 3 to 4, the refill from 2 to 3, and the max amount from 4 to 5, which is amazing. High explosive increased from 3 to 4, refill amount 2 to 3, and you can get 4 to 5. Impact 3 to 4, increased refill 2 to 3. Increased max amount 4 to 5, pineapple 3 to 4, 2 to 3, 4 to 5, stun 3 to 4, 2 to 3, 4 to 5, urchin 2 to 4, 2 to 3, 4 to 5, incendiary 3 to 4, 2 to 3, 4 to 5, incendiary impact 3 to 4, 2 to 3, 4 to 5. On top of our buffs, we've also got some long-awaited enemy nerfs and rebalances. Many of the bugs have been reworked, with a select number doing less damage to vehicles. Charges behaviour have now been reworked. They are faster, but they lock into their charge a lot sooner, so they're easier to dodge, and they take a longer time to recover, so you can really lay into their backside. Pause. From watching videos, it looks like charges have returned to form, back to what they were a couple of years ago and how I remember them being when I first started playing the game, which were like a bit of a challenge, but if you dodge one out of the way, you can just punish it, which is great. Really utilizing that weak spot once again. On top of this, another bug enemy, Alpha Commanders, have also been reworked. So what they would do was sit back and keep summoning warriors. So this endless horde just seemed even more endless, and you'd have to really like charge through just to take out these commanders. Now they actually come up and attack you, so they'll still summon enemies, but you can put them down easier, making the horde a bit more manageable, a bit more fair, and a bit more fun all round. Moving on to the Illuminate, flying overseers have been reworked. They're now much less accurate when they're just flying around, and they don't adjust so quickly. So this makes them easier to hit, bit less of a threat, and allows you to react quicker to them and run from them if you need to. Because if you remember, sometimes pre-update they would just out of nowhere all of a sudden just bang bang bang, just absolute laser focus pre-shot you and just drop you immediately with 100% accuracy. So I'm glad they've tweaked that, makes them more fun again. And last but most importantly, Vox engines. There's been a lot of tweaks to these controversial behemoths, and all of them, I feel, are amazing additions. So Vox spam, and I'm sure just by saying that word, a lot of Cyberstan veterans have just had shivers run up their spine. That's no longer a thing anymore. So Vox engines, their spawn has been capped to 3 at a time, and that's not 3 spawning in, else 3 getting dropped off in a bot drop. That's 3 across the entire map at once. Their health has been lowered from 11,000 to 9,000, meaning that orbitals and eagles will kill it that much faster. But let me talk to you about the rail cannon. The rail cannon has been buffed, remember? That buff has been upped to 10,000 damage, meaning rail cannons can finally one-shot the Vox engines. You fucking love to see it. Just look at it, look! Oh! But that's not it. The cannons that sit on the side of the engines have been tweaked as well. You can now damage them with medium pen weapons, and their explosions when they die will damage the engine. If you kill both of the turrets on the side of the engine, it will die. But we're not done there. The final thing is that the top can no longer turn 180 degrees. It can now turn, I think, 140 degrees. The reason for this is when you run up, you pop the hatch and go to throw your grenade in, the Vox engine used to completely 180 and block its own hatch, which was fucking the most annoying thing in the world. Now, that's no longer a problem. If you get the hatch open, it won't be blocked. You can just chuck a grenade in. With all of these combined, which were very much needed to fix issues, for me, the Vox engine was one of the main reasons why I just avoided cyborgs in the past few months since Cyberstan. They've fixed it all, and it seems like they've turned from what was a just game-breaking, fucking annoying, aneurysm-gaining enemy into a fun little mini-boss that you and your friends can take out together. I will put the link to all the patch notes and the video in the description down below. Overall, if I were to rate this patch right now, based on what I've played, which to be honest isn't a lot, I would give it personally a 10 out of 10. They've really gone in, showed that they've listened, fixed a lot of stuff, albeit some of the stuff might be too late. But if they continue on this path, hopefully Helldivers will be back. Hopefully, fingers crossed. I hate to see the community fighting, I really do. But that is the state of Helldivers 2 at the minute. But it's up to Arrowhead to really keep this consistent, really keep good faith with the community, and hopefully we can get Helldivers back to where it was. If you like this, please consider subscribing. This was a bit rambly. This was a semi-scripted video. I do plan on doing scripted videos, non-scripted videos like my Halo one. I currently have a Dark Souls video in the work that will be scripted. I currently have a Witcher 3 project in the work for the new DLC that will be coming out, which will be scripted, but that is a ways off. I also plan on making plenty of fucking videos when the new Halo game comes out. You can count on that. Helldivers, I will keep up coverage, maybe just do some fun gameplay videos. If you got this far, which I don't know why you would, please consider leaving a like, maybe a comment on what you'd like to see. Honestly, any feedback, I know I'm a small channel, I'd love to hear it. But if you did get this far, I thank you so much for watching. Sorry for the shit gameplay in the background. I've only got about 700 hours in Helldivers, but you know what? Thank you, and democracy be with you.